Aloha! Hawaiian Music Live presents Vala'au and Kanikapila. Here's your host, Bruddah Wade and Aaron Mikami.
How's it? Welcome to episode number 10.
10 already.
That's a landmark for us, man.
That's a milestone.
It is.
10 shows.
Yeah.
And you know, we've been off for a month, and we apologize.
Yeah.
Because, you know, of course, if you're watching anywhere around the world other than here in the state of Hawaii, you know that we had a mandated stay-at-home order that was put in place by our governor and our mayor. And we are back, though, here at the Imperial Hawaii Resort.
We are back. We missed you so very much, but glad to be back for episode 10. Glad you could be with us. Please like, follow, and share along, whether you're watching on Hawaiian Music Live, our Facebook page, or our YouTube channel. We want to also thank our cross-posting partners as well.
All of them, we thank you very much. And, you know, if you probably looked at us like, wow, a month off. Wait, nothing changed with you, but Aaron, what's going on with your body? Well, it's the quarantine 20. I got it down 20 pounds in 1 month. So I'm working on that bodybuilding. Just building the body pretty much, but we'll definitely
no particular part of the body either.
Well, you know what? We have our musical guest outside, so Bruddah Wade, please take it away.
Formed in 2016, Kailua Moon is a romance between traditional Hawaiian music, modern pop, and Americana. Here's Hawaii recording artist and Nahoku Hano Hano final ballot nominees for Entertainer of the Year, Danny and Nani, Kailua Moon.
No hia kano hei noa he a he. Pele Hawaii ke ha mai lai mau kelea uhi uha mai anaea ke no mea elea punaea o akai kalani no ke pele pele ka mea nani kai paliuliea ke puleloa ela ina paliea ai ka palena I maui ea ai nao ka ulula awea o akai kalani no ke pele pele I hea kaua ela ia ea I ka lenuia eliane ea ai luna ai lalo ne ea o pele ka wahine mai ka iki ea o akai kalani no ke pele pele kalani no ke pele pele Hai na ia mai kapuana ia la o pele I Hawaii Hai na ho mai kapuana no hia kano he inoa o akai kalani no ke pele 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 no hey no
guys so much. We're called Kailua Moon. Thank you. We're just so happy to be on the show. Thank you to Bruddah, Wade, and Aaron for having us. We're going to do a song now called Good Morning. I wrote this song a while back, actually, and this is actually a single that is out right now on iTunes. It's just a little bit of a feel-good song just to share with all of you. We're in hard times right now, but this one's called Good Morning.
A cup of tea, have a little chat with me. We will sit at the bay of the sea, dreaming so happily. Good evening to you. Don't you feel like you're brand new? You don't have to give me a clue. I'm here.
Mahalo. Thank you so much for watching. And it's just so beautiful outside. We haven't been to Waikiki in a really long time. And it's just so
the water's
beautiful.
Clear.
So beautiful. We're going to do a song now. Would you like to talk about it?
So what are we doing again? Oh, okay. We are still early for us. We've both been playing Hawaiian music for our lifetime,
yes.
Really. And her growing up in California, me growing up in Hawaii, somehow we worked with a lot of the same people for a long time before we met each other. A lot of my teachers, like Ozzy Kutani and Dennis Kamakahi, would go to the mainland on tour, and then they'd come back and they would tell me all of these stories about all of these wonderful people out there who love Hawaiian music and Hawaiian families who live away from the islands. And I always heard about them. They didn't tell me that.
So I used to dance hula for a lot of these artists, and Danny used to learn from them and perform with them over on the islands.
Yeah.
And so I guess
None of
now.
them told me about you.
Sorry, they didn't tell me about you either. But we're gonna do a song by Uncle Dennis. We love him so much and we miss him. This is one of our favorite songs to sing.
Nani vale no kawai leleuka o hina o haha o moroa Nava e kolu I kaulu behi behi o kamalo
Wednesday.
And that's why we do it live.
Oh,
man. That's why we
definitely.
do it
Of
live.
course. We'll bring them back later on in the show for more great music. Of course, you can always follow them as well on the social media platforms at Kailua Moon Music. And, more great stuff from them.
Absolutely. And, here on Wala'au and Kanikapila, we not only like to highlight and showcase our wonderful musical artists, but we also like to showcase some of the great folks in our community doing positive things. So with that said, when we come back, we're going to talk to the man that runs the place, the historic Hawai'i Theatre, Gregory Dunn, and find out more about how we can all help keep that wonderful place alive. So stay with us more on Wala'au and Kanikapila episode number 10.
we know you're ready to get out of the house for a much-needed staycation in Waikiki. Stay at the Imperial Hawaii Resort, located on Lure Street and just steps away from Waikiki Beach. Walk to everything in Waikiki. Family staycation? Getaway for two? The Imperial Hawaii Resort has something for you. Local rates start at $149 per night and include free parking and no resort fees. Call direct at 808-923-1827 and ask for the special.
Hawaiian Music Live, Hawaii's internet radio, streaming a mix of Hawaiian music like you have never heard before. Traditional, contemporary, slack key, ukulele, and more. Globally engaging our communities through live Hawaiian music and events. For a calendar of where you can go to see live performances of Hawaii's incredible artists, visit hawaiianmusiclive.xyz. Wherever you listen and however you listen, please support Hawaii's music. Hawaiian Music Live.
How's it? Aloha and welcome, Bruddah Wade, Vala'au and Kanikapila, and we are here at the historic Hawai'i Theatre. We're here to talk to the band who runs the place. This is Gregory Dunn. Gregory, how are you?
Good, thank you, Wade.
You know, we always want to find out about the Hawai'i Theatre, but first, kind of give us your background.
Okay. Over the course of my career, I've worked with Nike. We opened the first Barnes & Noble store, the one in Kahala Mall, in the mid-'90s. That was the first job that brought me to Hawaii.
Because you're originally from?
Originally from Michigan. So grew up in Michigan, went to college, left, went to the West Coast right after college, went from Seattle to LA to San Diego to Honolulu. And once I got to Honolulu and I realized I could surf and not wear a wetsuit, and it was sweet living, man.
That was
here.
Became home.
This is home.
Yeah.
This is home. So I've lived here longer than anywhere else in my life, and this is my home.
Terrific. And wow, what a home you have. Speaking of the historic Hawai'i Theatre, we don't call it the historic Hawai'i Theatre for anything. It was first built in?
Opened in 1922. So we're coming up on the 98th anniversary.
Wow.
September 6th will be the 98th anniversary of the theater. We're prepping for 100 years. So the theater was envisioned as truly the pride of the Pacific. At the time, the owners of the theater, which were the Magoon family, had spent over $500,000 at that time to build the theater.
Wow.
In today's dollars, that would be somewhere around $75 million equivalent.
Wow. And you said Pride of the Pacific. How did it get that nickname, or how did that come about?
That was what the Magoon brothers and their partner, Mr. Cohen, were masterful marketers. They had movie theaters, they had arcades, they had all kinds of things going on, and they recognized that when they were looking at building a premier show palace, they couldn't just name it the Pride of Hawaii or make it about Hawaii. They had the vision that Hawaii was in the center of the Pacific, and if they wanted to attract all of the business from the mainland going to Asia and taking people from Asia moving to the mainland, they were at the crossroads in the Pacific, and so they made it the Pride of the Pacific.
98 years later, it still holds true.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And I've traveled around Asia and up and down the coast of the Americas, and for a community like ours to have this amazing of a show palace still is incredibly special, considering that at the time this really was an outpost. The only other poured concrete structure in Honolulu at the time this was built was Aloha Tower. Wow. So you think about it, most of the theaters at the time in the early 1900s were single wall construction and Quonset huts with tin roofs.
Amazing. And she still stands today. Tell us a little bit about the marquee and how folks can get on board and help out the Hawai'i Theatre.
Well, the Hawai'i Theatre, as old as we are, and as much money as went into the renovation and restoration that led to the 1996 reopening, is still a very old building. And a lot of the components are getting old. They're starting to fail. The marquee itself has been repaired twice since it was replaced. Right now we're in a process of repairing the neon on the marquee, and that's the part that is turning out to be very expensive. We had budgeted for $100,000, and the bids are coming in now closer at $300,000. So we keep going back and forth on how we're going to be able to get the vendor to come in at a price that we can afford, given the amount of money we've raised. So the concept we have on the marquee restoration and repair is that we're allowing people to post messages of congratulations on the marquee that are non-commercial, not profane, not political, just like, real good, wholesome messages to congratulate people. For a gift of $150, you can have your message up on the marquee for an hour. And so we've had some really special messages one family wanted to recognize their grandfather for his 80th birthday. And so they had the message put up on the marquee. They drove him down the street and were able to see the marquee with his name on it and happy birthday, and they took pictures, and it was just so heartwarming.
That's cool.
And one of the other ones that we had was a wedding company that said, love is not canceled, and had some of their brides and grooms underneath the marquee to take pictures.
I like that.
So, yeah, some very innovative things.
That's cool. Before we go, tell us about the donors that you always want to thank that help out keep this place going.
Well, we have both our corporate sponsors. The Hawaiian Telecom has been a very generous sponsor of ours in providing all of the digital technology for the building. Hawaii Volcanic Water provides water for all of our shows, and even though we're not having thousands of people rolling through the seats, they're still providing water for our artists, so we appreciate that. And then we have our individual donors and families that give very generously. So we definitely want to make sure that we thank Carolyn Barry Wilson and David Wilson for their generosity, Marilyn Katzman, Lauren Bromley, Maya and Thomas Kosasa, Jerry Magoon, whose family helped build the theater, and the Magoon box is right over here behind you. They have their name on one of the boxes. Jane and Jerry Mount, Beth Whitehead and Linda Lockwood are also donors at the level, and also the Kenneth K.W. Leong Trust provides a significant amount of funding for us. So we very much appreciate the support and extend our sincerest mahalo to those generous donors.
Awesome. And if you want to help out, or if you just want to find out more about the Hawai'i Theatre, the website,
HawaiiTheatre.com, and it's TRE.com.
In fact, we'll put it right on the screen over here.
HawaiiTheatre.com.
You can check it out. Again, Gregory Dunn, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, because it still remains quite busy, even though, things may be different now.
Well, yeah, it's busy because, we're turning the live streams over one after the other the other. We've got nonprofits that we're going to start bringing in to use the theater. We've got 25 spaces for nonprofits that have been underwritten by the city and county of Honolulu. Wow. So we'll be able to work with nonprofits to get them on stage and help reduce the cost to get their message out live streaming.
Terrific. Yeah. Well, again, thank you for taking time. Gregory Dunn, Hawai'i Theatre. Fala'au and Kanikapila.
Yes. So glad we were able to sit down and talk story with Gregory. He's such a great guy. Invited us into the Hawai'i Theatre to do that interview. And if you can, we want to keep that place alive for many years and generations to come. So visit the website, learn how you can become a member and take advantage of some of the great opportunities you get by being a member, and find out how you can help out the Hawai'i Theatre. I got to admit, I'm there every Thursday for the Moonlight. We got to plug this too. Moonlight Mele concert series continues, and again, another great month of live streams every Thursday at 3 o'clock. You can just catch us live. In fact, tomorrow, 3 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time. Check it out. Mike Kaava and friends. That's our special guest on Moonlight Mele tomorrow.
And then come up in November, I'll be performing there for Moonlight Mele as well. So you can go ahead and you can tune in for that show. It's going to be incredible. I'll be bringing my CD collection and just playing it for you guys there, because I won't sing. Yeah, I just go be there performing. Just playing music, yeah. That's what I'll be doing. But, speaking of people that play music professionally, we'll let them do that right now for you. We'll take it back outside one more time to our friends, Kailua Moon.
Fly Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, all night. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. And adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Thank you. We're just so grateful to be on the show, and thank you guys again for inviting us. And let us know where you guys are watching from. We love seeing comments afterwards and being able to connect with all of you. So thank you guys again. We're called Kailua Moon, and we're going to do another song. Yeah, let's do that one. Dedicate this to all of our families that are watching the show today.
Vehe mai ke alaula o liliko ne lihau e ho he luana I nei a papalina I uka o mana I ka iu Malila no kaua he pili mauai Malila no kaua he pili mauai
we know you're ready to get out of the house for a much-needed staycation in Waikiki. Stay at the Imperial Hawai'i Resort, located on Lure Street and just steps away from Waikiki Beach. Walk to everything in Waikiki. Family staycation? Getaway for two? The Imperial Hawai'i Resort has something for you. Local rates start at $149 per night and include free parking and no resort fees. Call direct at 808-923-1827 and ask for The Special.
Hawaiian Music Live, Hawaii's internet radio, streaming a mix of Hawaiian music like you have never heard before. Traditional, contemporary, slack key, ukulele, and more. Globally engaging our communities through live Hawaiian music and events. For a calendar of where you can go to see live performances of Hawaii's incredible artists, visit hawaiianmusiclive.xyz. Wherever you listen and however you listen, please support Hawaii's music. Hawaiian Music Live.
No, Brandon, I can't sing. Oh, sorry, we're back. Hey, how you doing? Aaron, Mikami, Bruddah Wade. It's Vala'au and Kanikapila, episode number 10. And we're here at the Imperial Hawai'i Resort. I want to thank our family and friends here for allowing us to do this each and every Wednesday. And today we have a very special guest joining us. We have Nani Edgar and Danny Carvalho, better known as Kailua Moon. Aloha.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi.
You know, this whole pandemic, I mean, we've watched you guys do your thing on social media. But now it's a chance to kind of break it down a little bit, get more in depth with you guys. So first off, we're gonna interview Nani.
Oh,
Yeah. So
thank you.
you know, we're gonna go women first, right? You know, you go with the females first. So yeah.
Thank you.
So that's why when we
Yes.
introduce ourselves, I go first all the time. So, but okay. So Nani, born and raised in California. What city?
That would be Ventura.
Ventura, California.
Ventura.
So where is that on the map?
That's going to be like an hour away north up to from Los Angeles. Yeah.
I've been to LA, so an
Yeah.
hour north.
north.
It can sometimes take 3 hours. On the, yeah?
It depends on traffic. So, but yeah, it's only like an hour and a half, really.
Tell us about growing up in Ventura, California, and how did you get yourself into this whole Hawaiian culture, Hawaiian music?
Yes, my mom is a kumuhula in California. She had her halau for about 11 to 12 years, and I was a part of the halau. So that was my life, actually. So we lived hula, and having a kumuhula as your mom, you're definitely in it. And that's all I knew. And we would have Hawaiian musicians come over, and they would be on tour, and they would hire our halau to perform. So I really got to know a lot of people, and I loved to sing, but I was very shy. So I just stuck with hula. But it's a part of our family. There's a lot of Southern California Hawaiians that are out there. So hi, family.
Other than with hula and the music side, where have you got to travel around the road? Some places that you stopped off at?
I would say Australia, Japan, the Midwest for Hawaiian music. But that's kind of it right now. And we were doing, as Kailua Moon, a lot of tours in Northern California and Southern California.
And tell us about your connection with Daniel Ho.
Oh, Daniel Ho, I've known him since I was 10. He actually we hired him as a musician for one of our hoike. And he was brand new, starting off. He was performing with Uncle George Kahumoku, who's a wonderful sake artist. And I used to dance for Uncle George. And that's kind of how we met. And with Daniel, he encouraged me to sing background. And I love all his singer-songwriter songs that he's performed back in the day. So I kind of followed him along for the ride for that one. So.
Well, well, you put out your own solo project as well.
Mm-hmm, I did.
And what is that experience like? Because I know singing together as a duo, singing with somebody, it's a little bit easier because you get to share some of the work with somebody else. But doing a solo project, how was that process like for you?
Yes, that also ties to Uncle George Kahumoku. I was in college at the time, and he said, "We're going to Branson, Missouri, and I have a bunch of Hawaiian artists coming with me." And we had Uncle Led, we had Bob Brosman at the time. There were so many, the Ukulele Boys from Maui, and they wanted me to come out with them as a singer and a dancer, and they said, "You need a product." And that was my first time getting the fire underneath my butt and just saying, you need to start getting your music out. And my dad and I, we set up our home studio, and I left college for a couple months, and we just did the thing. So that was only for 3 months that we recorded the songs, and some of those songs are in movies now, which I had no idea that it would go any far with it. So thank you to the Slaki community for always encouraging me. So,
Very
yeah.
cool. So hula first,
Hula first,
and
always.
then, and then the music side and singing.
Yes, and a lot of those artists that I worked with as a dancer, they were saying, wait, can you harmonize? And Daniel Ho was the one who got me to start moving forward and branching out and finding my own voice within the music industry.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so, Danny, your story begins born and raised in?
I was raised in Kailua, and I'm the Kailua half. But yeah, I was born and raised Kailua, and when I was growing up, my parents were students of Slaki from a few masters of the art, you might say. Uncle Ozzy Kotani was a family mentor, and he later became my teacher. But I remember when I was like 3 or 4, my parents would take me along to Uncle Raymond Kane's house out in Nanakuli, and they'd have lessons with him, and I'd just be like playing in the living room. But later on, my dad had this old guitar that he had salvaged from Farrington High School. He, music teacher over there was like, "I'm getting rid of this. It's broken. It's broken beyond being able to be used." And my dad hates throwing things away, so he took it and started to repair it. And I just got that guitar back actually now, but he repaired it and made it into this really great sounding instrument, if not a little beat up. And that was my first guitar. He was like, "Here, you can play with this." And then he taught me a few songs. I met Uncle Ozzy, and we clicked really well. He took me under his wing for several years. And he also introduced me to the stage. He brought me on stage at Slaki festivals. And, as I got older, I started when I was 10, so as I got older, I was a little shy, when I was a teenager. But as I started getting more confident, I started to sing more, and I started to really want to do more of my own music. And it was around that time that I met Nani in California, and then
the rest is history, as they say. Yeah, well, so the Slaki community is a tight-knit community, and you've been in it since your teen years. You also recorded a few solo projects on your own as well.
Yes. I did one. My first solo album was when I was 16. My dad set up a home studio for us. I wasn't, he didn't want me to be performing under pressure yet. He wanted to make sure I had the time I needed to be creative and get the takes I wanted. So he learned how to do the whole Pro Tools thing, and bought a couple of mics, and we started recording at home. And then I did 2 records like that, and then I really wanted to try to push my limits musically, so I did a 3rd solo album called Keoho in 2013. And that one was right when I was finishing up college. I took like a 5-year break between the 2 just to figure things out. And then,
oh, look, there you are.
Hey.
With your ponytail.
And then
and your hat.
We love that album
I
cover.
love that.
And long hair. And long hair, too.
That was before I met Danny. Then I met him with the
So
hair.
I cut my hair after 10 years of having it, and then 2 months later, and then right around that time was when we started talking. So she never really knew me with
I didn't know him that time. The ponytail era.
with the ponytail.
Okay, so Kailua Moon started. You guys were dating first, or was it the music connection first?
We were dating first.
Dating.
Yeah.
I didn't want to sing with him. I just kind of wanted to keep our solos.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't-
how I feel too.
I
What's
did
wrong
not-
with him? I don't want to sing with him. You know what?
and the same goes for me.
No, because I knew our solo careers were different. I didn't want that to be.
We were doing
something-
okay on our own.
We were doing fine on
And-
our own, and I just wanted to support him. And I was like, I will support you. I will get us tours for you so you can sing and play, and I'll sell your CDs in the back.
And I was on the side going like,
Come over. So that's kind of how it started. And then we were singing harmonies in a car. I think it was like to a Rihanna Eminem track or something like that.
It was a Rihanna song.
It was a
yeah.
Rihanna song, and then I was like, oh, we can harmonize. That's cool. And I'd never experienced something like that. And we love music so much, all different genres.
And lo and behold, you guys are engaged.
Yes.
You guys were supposed to be married a few weeks ago, but due to the pandemic, of course, you guys unfortunately couldn't have it done. But you said it happens soon as things happen. But
Yes.
other than the planning for a wedding and doing stuff, what have you guys been up to during the pandemic?
You first.
Us first. I think because we were working so much prior, like our last show was actually on Carnival Cruise Lines, and we were at sea for 2 weeks.
Oh.
And we were playing Hawaiian music. We actually traveled from San Diego all the way back to the islands,
And
went
then back to San
around to the
Diego.
islands, and then back to San Diego. So we were in California, and that's when some of information was coming out about the pandemic or COVID-19. So we were just kind of coming off from like a long time of performing, and after that it was kind of like, what do we do? We lost all of our gigs. So one of the first live streams that we did, that was when we found out that one of the hotels just let us go. They said, we can't have you guys over, we need to keep our visitors safe. So I'm like, okay, so we built our own stage at home.
So, yeah, speaking of which, folks can watch you folks on Facebook mostly.
Yes.
You guys go live how many times a week, and when can they watch?
So that's going to be, we're kind of taking a break on Thursdays. Thursdays is kind of throwback, so it's a lot of themed nights. So we've learned about like over 150 new songs from different eras. And so, but we had to take the time off for that, so no more Thursdays. But every Friday we have 2 shows, 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Hawaii time. Yeah.
And then there's and then on Sundays we do.
You do your Slackin' Sunday.
I do my I do a Slack in Sunday series.
Right.
It's
12 o'clock Hawaii Standard
12
Time.
o'clock
You got
on
it.
the Danny Carvalho music page on Facebook as well. And then we're introducing a new thing with our band
Yes.
where we're going to try to have the full band get together once a month to do
All social distanced away
so
from each other,
do
but
a
in our
socially
backyard.
distanced jam session in one of our backyards. Either last time was at Will Tofolo's backyard. This time will probably be at ours, but we haven't figured out the details yet.
Yeah.
And we have for that one we have filming a one-man filming crew, and we do a little bit more of a complete production with that. But for we wanted to try to expand to that as soon as restrictions lifted enough.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make sure that we could make it worth everybody's time. So we've been really spending the time up until now building our platform by ourselves.
I didn't want to stop working. I didn't want to sit around and not do anything during the pandemic. And I wanted to share music because I know a lot of people are by themselves. And Hawaiian music heals.
Yes,
And
I
music
agree.
heals in general. So
Well, if you guys need someone to do cowbell for you guys, I'm available.
we've been looking
We just
for
might.
someone.
We just
You
might.
play cowbell.
Yes.
No, but I mean,
gotta
I
have
just
more
want to be part of the
cowbell.
band. I was never asked to be in a band, so I was like, maybe I get a chance now. You know what I mean? Because
You can
this
if
is
you
going
want.
full band, and
Don't encourage him.
No, kazoo and cowbell. We're
Kazoo
looking
and
for
cowbell.
someone. Yeah.
I
can?
appreciate that very much. Oh, you also got to mention, congrats on the nomination.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite Entertainer of the Year.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, they'll be up for, you can watch it on the Hoku Hana Hana Awards next week, Saturday, October 10th, and best of luck to you guys on that
Thank
category.
you.
Thank you
But
very
before
much.
we let you guys go back to play some more music, because if you guys don't play music, then I got to, and he'll might fire me from the show if I do that. So, we have some pictures I want to show you guys real quickly of some people that
boy.
recognize you guys.
Oh.
Oh,
We talked about
Goodness.
Danny with the long hair, no beard.
And I had the braces. Yeah.
I think I was 16 when I took that.
I don't know. I think I was like 8th grade.
8th grade?
Yeah. I was a lot tanner. What happened?
Yeah, how'd you get less tan moving to Hawaii?
I don't understand. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how those pictures came about. I just
That
was
has-
told to just mention it, so
Did you get it from my mom? I think you got it from my mom.
I'm not even involved in this whole
All
story.
signs,
I
all
was
signs
just,
point,
you know,
all signs
I'm
point
thinking
to.
it's my mom.
I just give you credit because you had long hair. You said 10 years ago you decided to cut it, and that's good. You had a choice.
I had it for 10 years, and I was like, you know what? I'm ready for a change of pace. And it was so funny because nobody recognized me afterward.
That's how I felt too when I shaved my head.
It was like 2 weeks of freedom.
Well, you had a choice. I didn't have one, so be happy. Be happy on that one. Well, hey, we thank you guys for stopping by and for talking story with us. But can you guys play a few more songs for us before we end today's show?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Well,
All right.
they're gonna go outside and they're gonna sit back up out there and they're gonna play some more music. But of course, best of luck to them. Of course, next week Saturday, no
Yeah, I can't believe
Awards.
it's coming around. October 10th, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be in May initially, and then of course due to the pandemic, they had to extend it, and it was supposed to be this past month, September. Then now it's gonna be next week Saturday, October 10th, and we gotta thank all the wonderful people at Hara for organizing such an incredible event. Of course, the biggest night in Hawaiian music,
Absolutely.
and I'm not gonna sing at it. There you go.
Thank goodness. All right. Hey, also, we want to thank everybody for watching today. We have folks in Arizona, California, New York, Illinois, and Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yes.
Oh, that's my fans. Thank you guys so much. They bought my CD. They bought my CD.
They did, eh? All one of them. Hey, right on. Vala'au and Kanikapila right here. Episode number 10. We throw it back to more music with Kailua Moon.
When I see the reflection of the stars, will you think of me and the pieces of my heart? With every sigh and wave, the waters turn to gold. Will you stay? Will you take another road? Tonight I'll lie awake and think of you and dream of where hibiscus blooms. That's where hearts will be into. I'll dance for you beneath this hula moon. I'll be by your side with a spool of silken string, lunaria and carnations while you sing. As the petals fall from my fingers to the floor, we'll thread each flower just like we've done before. Tonight I'll lie awake and think of you and dream of where hibiscus blooms. That's where hearts will be into. I'll dance for you beneath this hula moon. Underneath the hula moon, with its halo still in bloom, we can weave something new. I'll be the harmony that you choose. Tonight I'll lie awake and think of you and dream of where hibiscus blooms. That's when hearts will be into. I'll dance for you beneath this hula moon. I'll dance for you beneath this hula moon. Thank you, thank you.
Again, we want to say thank you to Bruddah Wade and Aaron and the whole crew for this wonderful show. Thank you for having us. We're going to do one more song.
I want to thank you guys, the viewers, for supporting this live stream and this platform of Hawaiian Music Live.
Make sure you share, you'll like Hawaiian Music Live to get all the info about amazing artists that are all over the islands playing music.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite songs that we learned during this time of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we hope you have a great day. Aloha.
Kachi music makawa, where the children love to sing and the music joy it brings. Everybody does their thing. Play the music up in makawa, where the ladies love to dance and the men they take a chance with the sweetness of romance. Everybody get together to clap their hands and sing this song. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Kachi kachi music mako. Play the Congo drums down in line. Feel the rhythm, feel the beat, playing loudly down Front Street, and the music's very sweet. Play the Congo drums down in line. Where the ladies always sway, and the men they always say, what a very happy day. Everybody get together, clap their hands and sing a song. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Kachi kachi music mako. Kachi music makawa, where the children love to sing and the music joy it brings. Everybody does their thing. Play the music up in makawa, where the ladies love to dance and the men they take a chance with the sweetness of romance. Everybody get together, clap their hands and sing this song. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Yesterday Caribe, yesterday me cha cha cha. Kachi kachi music makawa.